Hi, this is the second part of my series, Deflated by Distancing. And you've either have been social distancing already, or you may find yourself even social distancing some more after hearing from your boss today that you'll be off till April 13th. No matter what situation you're in, this is very challenging and dramatic for all of us, and it's not easy. As as somewhat of an introvert myself, there's a saying going around, we've been training for this our whole lives, and that's kind of true. So I feel like I have some tips and insight I can give you. Some things you might relate to now at the moment is a fear focus, which everything is pretty much shadowed in some kind of fear. Seeing bad things around every corner. When you look at the days or months ahead, it just seems hopeless and inconvenient at the least, if not terrible. That's one thing that can weigh us down. Another is holding on to what was, because things have changed and you might be bitter or angry because now you find yourself with a sense of being trapped. A third thing is a tendency, because of this fear or whatever motivation, to cut yourself off from all contacts pretty much. Some people are really isolating and not contacting people at all, and then wondering why they're so depressed. So those are three things. An additional thing is that this feeling that this will last forever. There's a part of us that's kind of like a child in a way, and it's screaming, are we there yet? Is this over yet? And every day, at some point in the day, that child part comes up and it overwhelms us. So we need to look at some things here that might help us. The first thing I would say, as somebody that's introverted but also suffered greatly from depression and agoraphobia, which pretty much kept me trapped in my house, is that you have to, and I know some of this is going to sound corny, but hear me out because we're going to work through it. You have to go day by day and step by step. If you keep listening to the media and projections about how bad this is going to be, and it could be, but if you are focused on the bad it could be, that's going to weigh you down too much to ever get your head up. It could be bad, but it also could not be. We could make it through just as much as it could be bad. You might get it, you might not. Somebody next to you might get it, they might not. You just don't know. So you have to focus on you and what you can do day by day and step by step. One of the things that you can do, since you are in your home, is come up with what best works for you in the day to keep you upbeat, encouraged, and focused on what you're doing. This also involves changing things up. So, as we talked about with fear and also this bitterness of holding on to the past, most of us can clean around our house, right? We're going to find ways to clean or declutter or organize. Well, if you're doing that and you're not focused on what you're doing, and you're thinking about how better your life could be right now and what you used to do and what you could be doing, that totally takes your mind out of it and is back into a negative space. You need to focus on whatever you're doing in the day. Trust me. Like I said, I used to be agoraphobic, and one of the biggest ways I came out of that was finding things that I could do and then focusing on those things and being happy that I could accomplish them in the space that I was given. This also is recognizing again that as small as these tasks and things that I'm doing, it's not going to last forever. It's temporary. So we're going to focus on the accomplishments we can make in a day, not on what it could be or what it should be. Okay, so it might change down the road. I'm sure it probably will, but for now, we're focusing on whatever your plans are. So, what are your plans during a day? Can you change them up? For instance, if you're going to sit and binge on Netflix, eventually you're going to get tired of it. Your eyes are going to get tired. I know, I've done it. You get agitated. You don't want to sit around anymore, but yet you're in a house. So there's not much to do but sit unless you're exercising. But that's a great idea, exercising. So you could change it up. You have time for cleaning, you have time for Netflix or watching TV, you have exercising, and even in exercising, you can break it up to where you have more intense exercise days and less intense exercise days. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do, and it has to suit you. Like for me, I like to read, I like to write, I don't mind learning a new craft, art craft or something. I do like to exercise, I do like to watch TV, I do like to play video games. So there's different things, but you can find what works for you. The important thing is also encouraging yourself and doing things that make you feel good. Now, I can say that one of the things that makes me feel good is a hot shower. Now, you can say, well, I got so many big worries. Yeah, a hot shower is going to feel, pretty good for the time it is. But listen, it is not going to ever, it's not going to eliminate this virus. It's not going to change the stress I have to feel in a day. You have to stop that kind of stuff, okay? You have to focus on the now. And remember, little things add up. So if you do a hot shower, which feels great, you watch one of your favorite shows, you have a little dessert that you really enjoy, or you sit down with a good book, all these little things add up and build up an encouragement in you and a de-stress effect on you if you let these little things add up. If your mind's on, well, this ain't really going to do nothing. My problems are bigger than this and blah, blah, blah. You don't even give it a chance to add up. Again, you have to focus on what you need to focus on. Excuse me. Three ideas I want to leave you with that you can look at is online streaming. You might say, well, I don't have Netflix or Prime or things like Stars or HBO. Well, you can do trials which usually last 30 days, and that would be for free. If you're a Verizon customer, you can get Disney Plus for free for a year. Another thing is that exercise is really key, and it's not just about for your health, but it just frees up the mind a little bit. It changes the scenery if you get outside or you're focused on your body. It just gets you outside of all the internal dialogue and onto your physical body. Another thing is online courses, which are available. Udemy, I don't know how they say it, but it's Udemy, has real cheap online courses that you can take, and they have almost cover everything. So that's another source that you can use. So those are just 3 examples. You can research your own on what you might do, but just remember that this time is temporary. If you can, think of yourself in a hot air balloon and rising above these circumstances in yourself, and look at the big picture that, at least for you, for many of you, you have a home, you have food, you might not have toilet paper, hopefully you do, But, so you have to focus on your blessings and what you can do in a day that's going to encourage you and help you stay focused on what you're doing and not what might be coming around the pike. Because you can imagine what is bad that might happen around the corner, but it could be good, and you'll miss it because you're focused on what the bad could be. You're all tensed up and afraid. And I'll close this by saying that, a spiritual life is something to look into as well. I'm just saying that it's worked for me, not as a coping mechanism, but some real good, good foundation, good stuff. And you can look into that as well for yourself. So do things for yourself, and above all, stay safe. Bye.